Have you ever wondered how others study the GMAT? In this video, I summarized the methods of 4 GMAT test takers who successfully took the GMAT and actually got into their desired MBA programs coming up. Not everyone is perfect, but if you pick into successful GMAT test takers' study methods, you can get an idea about default GMAT study strategy. Make them yours by modifying these study methods for your own need. In this first testimonial video, she is an MBA student at Willamette University, Atkinson, and she describes how she nailed the GMAT successfully within 2 months. For your reference, Atkinson Graduate School at Willamette University is a good MBA school in Oregon, United States, and its average GMAT score is around 600. She used the official guidebooks as her main study books and covered a different part of the books every single day. She studied 1 hour in the morning and another hour in the evening. You can see that she really committed to her studying while having a busy schedule every day. Also, she utilized an error log during the first month of her study. She took note of what she didn't do well or what she wanted to review again. It's interesting to note that she used different colors of highlighter to indicate what questions she wants to review. So you can see that just keeping an error log is not enough. She devised her own system of review. It's important that you review your own error log from time to time. In the second month, she took 4 practice exams, 1 test every Saturday, and then she made sure to review the tests she took. So your takeaways are this: don't make excuses about not having time to study. Commit yourself to study every day, keep an error log, and always review your questions in the official guides and practice exams. In this second video, she studied the GMAT for over 3 months. She got into Richard Ivey School of Business in London, Ontario, Canada. For your reference, Richard Ivey School of Business at University of Western Ontario is one of the top MBA programs in Canada, and the average GMAT score is around 670. She talked about 3 things she focused on. 1. She set up a very detailed study schedule that covered all major areas in the GMAT. 2. She maintained detailed notes after finishing practice exams. 3. She found a way of relieving stresses by taking deep breaths and thinking positively. Your takeaway here is that you need to plan your study schedule with the right direction. Be aware of what you are doing with the GMAT. In this third testimonial video, an MBA student at Nanyang Business School in Singapore talks about how he nailed the GMAT with researching and studying the different strategies and approaches for each problem. For your reference, Nanyang Business School at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore has an average GMAT score of 660. Let us watch his video together.
I used a variety of material during my preparation for the GMAT that included the OG, the latest one and the previous version, and the 2 practice tests that were provided by the GMAT. One of the most important things I feel for the GMAT preparation is learning the different ways of solving one problem.
See, learning different ways of solving one problem. This person actively sought for expanding his thinking process. If you can find ways to improve your critical thinking, you will excel in the GMAT.
That helps you realize easier or quicker ways, things that you're comfortable with, because at the end of the day, GMAT is a stress test and you need to be able to think quickly. So finding multiple ways to solve a particular problem is one of the most important things. I put in to start off with about 3 to 4 hours, and then towards the end, I would say per day, I was going at around 6 or 7 hours a day. But you have to balance it. The verbal and quant, you need to realize your strengths and weaknesses, take enough tests, and be able to crack the GMAT ultimately.
So he studied about 6 or 7 hours a day, which is quite a commitment. Actually, if you are aiming for top tier schools that require more than 650 GMAT score, that's the average study hours you need to commit. If you cannot study 6 or 7 hours a day during weekdays, devote yourself to the GMAT study at least for the whole weekends. Like he said, the GMAT is a stress test, so learning to handle your stresses is important, and you need to come up with multiple approaches in problem solving to broaden your logical thinking. In this video, an MBA student from Ohio State University, Fisher School of Business, tells about how he super focused on his studying over 6 weeks. For your reference, Fisher School of Business at Ohio State University has an average GMAT score of 680 as per 2019 incoming class profile for its full-time MBA program. This student took 5 full-length practice exams. While practicing with these exams, he made sure to be acquainted with time. In other words, he practiced his time management in the test. He was well aware of how much time had passed and decided every time whether he had to speed up or slow down the pace. So you can see that time management is an important part of his GMAT study strategy. Secondly, he mentioned visiting the test center a week prior to his GMAT test so that he became familiar with the test environment, such as the entrance and the parking lot of the building. He did this to reduce the secondary forms of stresses on the test day, and I think his approach is smart because he knows how to handle his own stresses. However, he wished he could have studied for longer than 6 weeks. Obviously, he crammed his study in 6 weeks, but we need more time than that for a good result without regret. He studied 2 hours every night and took practice exams every weekend. And he also mentioned the importance of revisiting and reviewing the study materials. So, were you able to learn something from listening to successful GMAT study methods by MBA students? There is no perfect way of studying, but you need to come up with your own systematic ways of studying. There are common factors between these successful MBA students. They all committed their own study time for the GMAT during their busy work schedules. They all took practice exams, they all reviewed their materials, and they all came up with their own ways of handling stresses. I hope this video was helpful for setting up your own study strategy for the GMAT. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. See you next time.